Hi YouTube, this is WW Poodle here. Today's video is on how to repot your African violets, and the first thing we're going to do is come over here, and this is the bag of peat moss plus, Canadian sphagnum peat moss plus. It's the soilless soil that you're going to use for, or that I use for African violets. I'm going to get that open, and we're going to use, take a picture of that, 1/3 peat moss, 1/3 perlite, 1/3 vermiculite, and then some charcoal to sweeten it up. And I'm going to pour this in our container. I don't really measure it, I just kind of go by how it looks. There's that much. That looks good.
That's 1/3.
Well, that's pretty good. That should do the plants that I'm going to be doing today. And then the next thing that's very important is the perlite. It keeps air. It keeps your mix very light. And African violets like a very light mix. They don't want their feet wet. So let's put a bunch of that in there.
That looks like 1/3.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Put that over there. And then here's some vermiculite. And let's put some of that in there. Oh, that looks good. So as you can see, you don't have so much of this peat moss. It's mostly going to be that, so you have lots of air in there. And then now we're going to add some charcoal, and it's not the charcoal that you use on barbecues. I use this fine grade one. It's we got it at PetSmart. It's used for aquariums, and it's called activated filter carbon. So it does not say charcoal on here, but that's what it is. And so we're going to put just a little bit of this in, not a lot. That's good enough. It's just to kind of sweeten it up. And
so now you can see we have the peat moss, the perlite, the vermiculite, and a little bit of charcoal.
Okay, and then some people at this point they like to put some water in this, and I don't, because I think it's easier to repot when the mix is dry. So we're going to mix this up. And I always wear gloves. These are just regular kitchen dish washing gloves. And I'm not going to be watering this at all, because it's just easier to use it dry. But you can do what you want. Other people put water in it. A lot of people do, but I'm in the group that does not do that. So anyways, so now we're going to go outside and do the potting.
We're ready.
Okay, hi. We're back. We're outside now, and we've got 2 grocery store African violets. These are both from Nob Hill, and they usually have very dense soil, and so the new light mix is much better than what they have here. So we're going to go ahead and start. Take that off, and as you can see, it's pretty dense. Almost like clay.
Oh yeah, it's really yucky. That's a word.
Yeah, that's a word. And you want to be gentle with the roots as much as you can. They have very fine, thin little baby, tiny looking roots here. But this one has a lot of, looks like you see all these, see here's a leaf here, and you have something smaller. But right under here, you can see a whole nother crown is, see there? This is another crown. I'm just going to take that off. So that's going to kind of deform the plant. Why don't you get rid of that? I take all these leaves off. And here's another. There's another crown right there. See these little baby leaves right there? I'm taking those off. Get all that off. So, here's some more. There's another crown right here. Taking this off. And then we're taking off the bottom row of leaves, if necessary, which the suckers is which we just took off, those little suckers. And you want to scrape the neck to promote new growth. And so right now we're going to be taking off these bottom leaves here. Kind of looking at it to see if it's, I think I'll just keep that, and then get rid of this. These gloves are too big. I should have got better gloves here. And then this neck down here where all the leaves were, I'm going to scrape off. I'm going to scrape that all off so it's a little bit smoother, and this will promote. I'm kind of scraping it with my fingernail. Let's get this one off here. This is part of a sucker. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Scrape that with my fingernail. This one's just part of the sucker also. See how it looks now?
Very nice.
Almost need to take that one off. There you go. That looks a lot better. So we're going to get rid of most of this. I'm trying to go quite fast because I'm not sure how much battery we have left on our camera. My cameraman says that I don't have that long to do this, so we'll just kind of leave it like that, and we don't need all of that. And we're going to use clean pots, and we're going to put the soil in first. So here's the clean pot. I threw away the old pot. And here we are over here where the dirt is. Put the dirt in. Make a little hole. Put that, kind of measure that in. That's way too deep, so we have to put some more soil in. A little hole. You do not want to pack this soil because they want it light. Your African violets want a light mix. So
okay, so we'll just go over the instructions again. We put the plant in the center. We don't pack down. We leave it light and airy. That's what the way the African violets like it.
And there we go. That one's done. And so now I'm going to go get some water and water it. So.
Okay, and she has some last minute instructions. Brush off the dirt, plant and pot. Keep it nice and clean and enjoy. On again.
Okay, so now we're just going to brush off the dirt, any dirt that gets on your plant. This is just a makeup brush.
Okay. I was going to ask what kind of brush that was.
Yeah. I just went down to Target and these were like $1. So, and it's nice and soft. brush off your pot so it's nice and clean. And then now we're going to water it, and I have warm water in here.
Okay. Why does it have to be warm?
Because cold water makes spots on your African violet leaves.
Oh. Okay.
People think that you can't get your leaves wet. Well, you can get them wet if you use warm water.
Okay.
But you don't want it to get cold. And I've even given baths. Wash these in the sink with warm water. You do it early in the morning so that it can dry. And maybe I'll do a video on that another time if people want that. But here we are, we're all done.
That looks very nice.
Oh, the one thing I forgot to do was put a wick in. That's the little string that goes in. I forgot to do that, and I normally do that, but sorry I forgot to do that this time. So, have a good day. Bye. Okay, I've decided to go ahead and show you how to do the wick. Because I forgot to put it in earlier. You want to make sure it's wet first before you put it in so that it can draw up the water. And I use this tool right here. I got it at Joann's. It looks like a big old needle with a big hole. And just take, these are about 8 inches long. You can make yours as however long you want or short. I just kind of pull it through a little bit like that. And then I will take the plant and go up one of these holes. And very carefully try not to hit a leaf or anything. Here it comes. And pull it through. And then I kind of hold the bottom so that this can come out. Voila. It's done. Kind of pack that in just a little bit so that I can pull this back down. And like that. Sometimes I just leave it a little bit for it showing. You don't have to, but I kind of like to know where it's at. And then that's how you do that. And then the other thing that I normally do is put where I got the African violet and the date that I repotted. So
that's very good.
Well, thank you.
It's very organized.
Well, I try to be. So we'll cut that off. And this is electrical tape. It's white, so you can I just used a black marker on it. And then you take it and you just can put it wherever you want. And then that way I can change it if I want. It'll come off pretty easy.
That's very nice.
So and then you just put this on like a reservoir, and this will draw up your water for you.
Okay.
So you don't have to water it. Think about watering it. But I kind of like watering it because it helps me to keep track of them and see what's going on. So anyways, that's how you do that. And WW Poodle says bye. Lincoln, say bye. Okay, have a great day.